Hello everybody, this is ManuS and welcome to yet another Eternal News video here on EternalTitans.com. And news are coming in fast and hard, so we're already on to the next news video. This time it's the hero promo for this month, and it's a pretty cool one, so let's take a look. Alright, there we go. The new hero is called Yushkov, the Usurper. He's the Usurper of Kozul and the Oran of Kozul, and took over the kingdom, or whatever you call it. And he's a pretty cool card, so let's take a look at the card. There's a lot of lore for anyone that's interested in that. Go ahead and read it. I'll put the link down in the description, of course. And yeah, here's the card. It's a bit small. Let's see if we can make it bigger. Yep, we can. Yushkov is a 4/4 for triple fire. So the triple fire is a bit much, but the card's pretty good itself. Like a 4/4 for 4 is a bit undersized, but we used to that. Like, look at Svetya. And the card brings a lot of utility, so he makes up for the smaller stats. First of all, when the enemy player plays a unit, exhaust it. So it's kind of like the type of effect that some people might know from Magic in a similar way, except in this game it's an active exhausting. They don't enter play exhausted. They get exhausted when they come into play, because the game doesn't have this type of mechanic, I think, and also gives you more counterplay with cards like Infinite Hourglass and so on. Like, for example, there's this, I think, Sandglass Golem that is a 6/1, and it gets exhausted when it comes into play. It doesn't come into play exhausted. And yeah, but this is pretty cool. It's really good against charge units, and there are a lot of these right now between Haunting Scream, the charging 4-drops, Champion of Fury, and so on and so forth, Whirling Duos occasionally, and stuff. Like, charge is one of the best keywords in the game, and having good counterplay against that is amazing, and Yushkov provides that, although at a very restrictive triple fire rate. So not sure what the right deck for him would be, but the ability alone is really great, especially against Scream aggro, but against other decks in general. It's just a yeah, pretty cool effect, pretty cool utility to finally get. Also makes for a great market target if you just need access to the effect and not so much to the body and the ultimate. And yeah, speaking of the ultimate, at the start of your turn you get +1 power this turn, plus an additional power for each exhausted enemy unit. So not sure how the ultimate works, because ultimates usually only work once. So I would assume it works the turn after Yushkov comes into play automatically, would be my guess. So you play him, say, on turn 4, and then on turn 5 you have 6 power, +1 additional for each exhausted unit. Let's say the opponent played 1 unit, didn't attack, then you get +1. So it basically disincentivizes the opponent from playing units and from attacking, because for each unit that it attacks or that they play, you get an additional power. So this also can ramp you massively from turn 4 to X power and do some really big stuff. So that's another dimension that needs to be figured out that is pretty interesting. Although that seems like the less relevant and more tricky part to the card, but still something to keep in mind, and that might turn out surprisingly powerful. Another thing, the way the exhaustion works, since it actively exhausts, that means it pops Aegis. Like, if you play a unit with Aegis, it pops the Aegis and doesn't exhaust the unit. And if you play a unit with Endurance, it doesn't get exhausted, so Sandstorm Titan is safe. And if it's a unit with Aegis and Endurance, it most likely will not pop the Aegis, because the unit can't be exhausted in the first place. But I'm not 100% sure how it works. It might be that it's still possible to target it. I know that you can't target Endurance units with stun and exhaust cards, but stuff that kind of like automatically targets, automatically applies, might still work, so I'm not 100% sure. Would need to try that in game. But yeah, pretty cool card, definitely one of the more interesting and more exciting promos. Nice to see a cool promo again after we had a fair share of bad promos. So they may be trying to up their promo game a bit and give us some more useful and interesting constructed cards. than some of the past promos that just didn't do anything relevant. But yeah, cool card, restrictive cost. Other than that, amazing role player or more in Constructed. Give it a try. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the card and what your ideas are for the card, of course. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and make sure to check out my social media and Twitch stream. Follow me there if you want to catch me live streaming and get the latest updates on all the things that I'm doing with card game streaming and content. And of course, hit the sub button below. If you haven't yet, turn on notification icon to not miss out on future content. And if you want to further support us, please consider whitelisting EternalTitans.com and YouTube to support the content for free. Alright, that's it from me again with Eternal News and the new hero promo Yushkov the Usurper. I am Manu S. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.